There's a lot of people have been asking me and stuff like that. I didn't get a period for like a month and a couple weeks. My period's always late and like irregular and stuff like that. So I didn't really freak out at first. I just was like, oh, it'll come eventually because it always does. And then after that, it didn't come. So I already had a pregnancy test put away just in case it ever happened. And so I told Nick that I was gonna take it because I was having all the symptoms that I was on my period, but like there was no period. So like my boobs were hurting really bad, they were sore, and I felt like super duper bloated, like crazy bloated. So I just kind of like knew like something was up. So I took the test and I put it in the bathroom and hid it because you have to like lay it flat and let it wait for a couple minutes or whatever. So I told Nick I took it and I went and grabbed it out the bathroom, but I didn't look at it, and I brought it in the room and we shut the door and looked at it together. It was positive, and I was just like, holy shit. And I was just like in shock, and so was he, and he was like freaking out, like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? Mom's gonna kill me, stuff like that. So I knew for like 2 days, I want to say, and then like after 2 days I had a doctor's appointment to get x-rays for my back. So the whole way there I was like really quiet and stuff, and my mom kind of like something was wrong or whatever. So while I was at the doctor's, Nick was with my stepdad and they were doing some stuff, like running errands or whatever, I don't know, something like that. And so we got to the appointment and everything was normal, blah blah blah. The nurse took me to the back to get the x-ray, and she asked me, is there any way that you could be pregnant? And I was like, just kind of like looking around, didn't say anything, and she was like, so then I was like, yeah, and the lady said, well then you can't take an x-ray because it can cause birth defects and stuff like that. So she took me back to the room and I sat down and I was like, we didn't take an x-ray. And my mom was like, why? And I said, because she asked me if there was any chance I could be pregnant. And then that's all I said. My mom was like, you're pregnant, aren't you? And I was like, I don't know. And she was like, no, you do know, it's yes or no. And I was like, I don't know, I took a test and it was positive, so I guess, I don't know. My mom was like, you're pregnant, oh my god, you're pregnant, like freaking out, and she started crying in the doctor's office. And we went home and she was like crying and freaking out and stuff, and she called my stepdad and told him Nick was with him, and I was like freaking out thinking he was gonna flip out on Nick or whatever. And then when he got back, she didn't even care. He just told Nick that he was disappointed that we didn't tell them like sooner. So my mom made me and Nick go to the hospital, and we went in the emergency room because I had medical problems that could like cause a bunch of complications with the pregnancy and a baby and stuff like that. So we went to the emergency room to get an ultrasound to make sure like everything was okay. And we got an ultrasound and they told me that I was 6 weeks and I think 5 days. 6 weeks and 5 days or something like that. So I was pregnant for 6 weeks and didn't know. That's a long time. That's a long ass time. So yeah, at first my mom kind of like freaked out, but now she's like super excited and she can't wait, and she always like asks me like, she wants to see my belly and stuff like that, and she takes pictures of it, and she buys stuff for the baby and tells me what she's gonna buy and asks me if I like stuff. So she's super excited. So are me and Nick. We want a girl really bad. Like we have a bunch of girl stuff already and a name picked out, a first and middle name that's like 100% original and took me forever to come up with. Because I wanted something like nobody had. So it took me forever to come up with this name. And same for the middle name. So yeah, we really want a girl, and I'll be really heartbroken if it's a boy. I mean, I'll still love it, but I'll be really like heartbroken that it's not a girl. It's kind of dumb for me to ever be scared because the whole time she's been supportive and helping me. So yeah, that's the story about how I found out I was pregnant and how I told my mom. Thanks for watching.